Folks, if you've worked hard your entire life, you saved what you could, and you finally reached retirement, you probably expected this time in your life to feel more peaceful. But many seniors, retirement feels stressful, expensive, or even disappointing. And often, it's not one big mistake. It's the little distractions every day. So today we're talking about those distractions that quietly ruin your retirement, financially, emotionally, and mentally, and what you can do to take control again. You know, if any of these sound familiar, you're not alone. Think about this. It's the daily coffee runs, the Amazon orders you don't remember placing, the subscriptions that you barely use anymore. Folks, impulse spending distracts you from your bigger goals. You know, before spending, ask yourself, does this improve my life or does it just fill a void? You know, another distraction ruining retirement is comparison. And we've all done this. You see friends, they're traveling, they're buying new cars, they're remodeling their homes, or they're posting the highlight reels from their vacations. Suddenly you feel, man, I'm falling behind. But here's the truth. You don't know what's going on in their lives. They might be using credit. They might be spending their life savings. Folks, they might be living quietly in stress. My best advice, live your life, not theirs. You know, TV shows, news programs, any kind of social media, screens easily consume hours of your day without giving much back. You know, too much screen time, it's going to raise anxiety levels. It encourages comparison. It replaces movement, hobbies, and connections. You know, the distraction isn't just time, folks, it's energy. Try this instead. Replace 1 hour of screen time with taking a walk, doing some easy stretches, quietly reading a book. How about calling an old friend? You know, small changes can make a big difference. Here's another distraction, your health. That's right, your health. Health is often neglected until it becomes urgent. How often do you hear, or how often do you say, oh, I'll deal with that later? Folks, ignoring health is one of the most expensive distractions of all. But good health protects your retirement income as much as budgeting does. How about helping family? You know, it feels right. But if you're constantly bailing out a family member, are you really helping? Or are you hurting yourself in the long run? You know, helping once can turn into helping all the time. And this distraction often comes from love. But love needs boundaries, folks. Somebody once told me, shoulda, woulda, coulda. What's that mean? Many seniors get distracted by the past. I should have saved more. I should have retired earlier. I made too many mistakes in my life. I could have invested better. Folks, you can't live in the past. You can't redo the past, but you can still shape your future. Chasing financial trends can make a person sick. It can lead to stress. It can lead to bad timing, which is all going to lead to poor results. Ask yourself, what can I do today to make tomorrow even better? You know, a boring financial plan you stick with usually beats an exciting one that you don't. So here's a key reminder. Consistency beats reaction. You know, one of the most overlooked distractions in retirement is lack of purpose. When you were working, you had purpose. You had a reason to get out of bed in the morning. You had identity. You had a title. You had coworkers to talk to. Bottom line, you had purpose. Now that we're retired, what's our purpose now? You know, without structure or goals, our days, they blur together. Boredom leads to spending. Spending leads to stress. Purpose doesn't have to be big, folks. Just try volunteering. How about caring for others? Learning something new. Create new routines. Start a hobby. Folks, purpose gives our retirement meaning. Retirement isn't ruined by one bad decision. It's quietly shaped by your daily distractions. All those little things that take your mind off the big picture. Think about this. Where your money goes, where your time goes, that's where your attention goes. Folks, it's time to refocus our attention. When you remove the noise or the distractions, retirement becomes what it was meant to be: simpler, calmer, more fulfilling, definitely more fun. So, if this episode helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like and subscribe for more retirement tips. And remember, folks, retirement isn't about having more. It's about needing less and enjoying what we do have. I'd like to thank you for watching Retired Under Budget. And until next time, you all take real good care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you later.